Corporate social responsibility, CSR, community relations, corporate citizenship. All these ideas and all these terms sound very fancy and are newly on all the agendas of all corporations. However, although they sound very formal, we will check what those actually mean, what companies actually do, because at core there are only activities that want to support the enhancement of the relationship with the stakeholders of a company. The problem nowadays is that corporations cannot do what they used to in their classical way, and that was manufacturing the product, selling the product, and reinvesting the profit. Well, nowadays they need to take care about the communities they operate within, and that is because it is essential for them to have a good image and a good reputation. It's not because they want to do it, it's because they have to do it, because the society nowadays is asking these aspects from them. The difference happened because in the past, people like you and me were not able to express our opinions, we were not having access to information, but nowadays, thanks to social media, to newspapers, to all the news organizations, it's not just that we know what is happening in the society. We might know about the bad practices of a company. We actually can express our opinion targeted against the company if we don't like or we don't agree with the actions, and that can be a huge issue or a huge crisis for their image and for their reputation, and they take it very seriously. Because it was hard for the citizens and it's still hard for companies to exactly identify what is expected from them to do, in this video we talk about two concepts. We talk about corporate social responsibility and how it is different from corporate citizenship. In the usual paradigm, companies were expected to behave just as economic operators. Organizations are destined to make profit in their accountability to themselves and their shareholders. The shift towards issues and corporate social responsibility and corporate citizenship suggests that organizations are expected to demonstrate a level of accountability towards the whole society. So at the core, companies do whatever they do. They manufacture, they sell, they resell, maybe they import and export, it doesn't matter. The whole point is that their actions needs to be perceived by the society and their stakeholders as legitimate and ethical and good for the entire community and the environment they operate within. In other words, the society wants the companies to take care of the environment and to support the communities they operate within, because, well, without them they wouldn't be able to operate, right? So we will begin by explaining the first idiom, which is corporate citizenship. Corporate citizenship refers to the portfolio of activities that organizations undertake to fulfill perceived duties as members of the society. The underlying idea is that individual citizens have certain rights and responsibilities in society. Equally, then, organizations are granted the legal and political rights of individual citizenship, so they are ascribed to a set of rights and responsibilities. Examples of corporate citizenship include pro bono activities, corporate volunteerism, charitable contributions, support for community education and healthcare initiatives, and environmental programs, few of which are legally mandated, but many of which have to come to be expected as corporate citizens' responsibilities. So the main idea behind this is that as a citizen, we, you and me and everybody else, we have rights and we have duties. Just like we have the right, well, to work, we also have the responsibility to pay our taxes for the income we receive. That is the responsibility. We also have freedom to elect the leader we want for the society, but we have the responsibility to go and actually vote the leader we want for the society. And the idea is that if companies operate in the same society and they have certain rights, well, they should also have certain responsibilities. Let's now see, for the sake of a comparison, what corporate social responsibility is about. The World Economic Forum defines corporate social responsibility as the contribution a company makes to society through its core business activities, its social investment and philanthropy programs, and its engagement in public environmental relationships, as well as those with different stakeholders, in particular shareholders, employees, customers, business partners, governments and communities determine its impact. So, in small words and as a summary, we may say that corporate citizenship it's seen quite serious and demanding that corporations act as citizens and respect their responsibilities, while in the same time corporate social responsibility, it's a bit more relaxed. It's about charity, it's about donations, it's about supporting the community. As comparing differences, corporate citizenship differs in a crucial respect from individual citizenship in society. In the state-based citizenship, there is a balance between a government that grants rights and citizens who enjoy them. On the other hand, citizens pay taxes and have political responsibilities such as voting. In citizenship of organizations, there is not this kind of symmetry. Organizations tend to make a focus point making positive contributions towards their stakeholders. And in other words, is the fact that companies purely rely on their contributions toward the society and their charitable donations, but this doesn't really stop them from having bad practices for the community and the environment. Most academicians argue that we cannot really talk about corporate citizenship in reality, and that is because we cannot necessarily talk about the responsibility of corporations in terms of social contribution, right? So, for example, corporations and organizations have the responsibility to pay taxes. That is by the law granted. But we cannot force them necessarily to support the community or to make donations. And therefore we cannot ask them to be a citizen since they don't have a force that surpasses them to act as one. So finally, let's have a resume on corporate social responsibility. The term CSR can be broadly defined as the continuing commitment by businesses to contribute to economic development while improving the quality of life of the workforce and their family, as well as of the community and society at large. It implies the adoption of the responsibilities for actions which do not have purely financial implications and which are demanded of organizations under some type of contract between them and its stakeholders in society. This is everything that you need to know about corporate social responsibility and how it is different from corporate citizenship. If you want to learn more about this topic, I recommend you to watch this video right here about communication strategies that companies can adopt to communicate about their corporate social responsibility activities, and also check the links down in the description for more videos about this topic. Before checking other videos on my channel about corporate communication or marketing, I want to let you know that if you are an entrepreneur or a manager, in the links down below there is something that will help you a lot. I've created a communication plan, a marketing plan, and overall a business strategy by the book, exactly how the book says you should react and how you should build a real business plan, and you can download it in the links down below. There is a manual that will give you all the information you need to know about marketing, about communication, and about business overall to be able to come out with a business plan, and there is a notebook with step-by-step information to be followed in order to create all the business plans that you need for the company. It is really important that you should have a business plan when you have a new company or when you manage one. Therefore, check the links down in the description because it will help you greatly. Remember that you can also help me in the classical ways of liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also leave a comment down below in the comment section. It helps me a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, if you really want to support my channel, you can activate the membership options. It only costs $2, or you can buy me a coffee in the link right here. Because I drink quite a lot of coffee in creating these videos, I make the scenario with all the information, I film the videos, I edit the videos so you can watch them for free. All these thank you options are available for you, and I will see you at the next episode.